Welcome to Carolla's Garage. We moved indoor. We got more control that way.
Yep.
And we got a beautiful, shiny Mustang GT. This is pretty much the car my son showed me the other night, ironically saying,
he brought you the picture and said, this is it, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is the 2015 Mustang GT. They've made a few changes to the car for 2015. The two big changes are you can get the available 4-cylinder EcoBoost turbo engine that we spoke about before. This is the 5-liter V8. And it now has an independent rear suspension, no more live axle.
Listen, no live axle, no antenna that unscrews in the front. What?
Yeah, on the front fender. Why the front, by the way? It was so weird.
What's going on?
At least put it in the back, but yeah.
So this car looks good. The handles look good. The rockers look good. The hood looks good. It has like it's aggressive, but it's not.
It's got functional heat extractor
over the top. There's a functional scoop or heat extractor. There's no screw-on solid antenna.
Right.
And there's an independent rear suspension. What has become of my Mustang, everybody? So this is very nice and becoming very European looking. I'm looking at it. Oh, I saw the side marker down there. I was going, where's that super ugly side marker that Dot makes
that's
us
not
have?
Ford's fault. That's the government's fault. But
yes. Handles look good. Shape looks good. My thing when I was looking at this car, when my son was showing me the picture on his tablet, is it looked like its stance was a little off, like it was leaning backwards a little bit. And
it still looks that way.
As I look at it, it's got a little bit of a little more air under the front arch than there is under the rear. And my only thing I would do if I got this car, not that it would help it handle or anything, is I would try to get it to lean a little bit forward.
That's the beauty of the aftermarket, and nobody braces the aftermarket more than the Ford Mustang. And when you put springs on it, it's typically like a 1-inch drop in the front and like a 3/4 inch drop in the back. So it really starts to level it out and closes up that gap between the front and rear tires.
Well, I go with coilovers and adjustable perch, but that's
the thing. I know the guys
that's just me.
I know the guys from Roush that's part of their kit.
What about Tilton? I have a $200 gift certificate.
That's right.
Because I won the Tilton Hard Charger Award when we were in Fontana 3 years ago.
Is there anything you can get from Tilton that's $200?
Half a flywheel.
There you go. Just a moon shape, just cut it half.
I don't, that's the joke. I've been sitting on a $200 Tilton gift certificate. Yeah. They probably gave it to me because they're like,
this will be funny.
Who won't use this the most? Like I went from 34th place to like 11th place. So I got the Mack Tilton Hard Charger Award.
Most improved.
But they're like, look, they were sizing up some of the other guys in the B sedan group, and they're like, that guy's going to hammer this tonight. Give it to Carolla. His wife will use it as a coaster, and then long after he's dead, they'll just throw it out.
Yep.
Smart.
We should frame it and put it on a wall someplace.
I don't even know where it is.
Well, there you go. That's the problem.
But I'm going to hammer that. Chris, remind me to get that Mack Tilton Hard Charger Award and hammer that. I could probably get some like forged bolts that held the piston to that held the flywheel to the crank, or maybe like one piece for a clutch. Like a 7.
You could go back to Monterey 4 more times and get most improved, and then after a while you can get one flywheel.
That the Fontana, but yeah,
well, okay.
I got you. All right, so let's focus here. So we got the 5-liter.
Yeah, so this is the 5-liter. It's 435 horsepower, 400 pound-feet of torque, and the Boss 302 that we had that had the built engine and the ported heads, they took a little bit of what they learned from that engine and applied it to this engine. That increases the horsepower. I think the valves are 1 millimeter bigger.
Recaro seats.
That is the only option in this car. This car is actually kind of badass the way it's set up.
Very high bolsters. And so what is this thing, MSRP on this bad
This
boy?
one, as it sits, is $35,000 because the only option other than the 5-liter are the Recaro seats.
So that's a lot of car for the money.
And then you can obviously put leather and a bunch of options into it. You can get it up into the 40s, but as it sits right now, it's $35,800, I think. And they do this deal here. All of this plastic tubing that comes off of the airbox comes up to the firewall to get you engine noise inside the car.
Oh, really?
And then there's more plastic tubing that comes through here, through the little opening in the grill, to get you a little bit of a ram air effect into the airbox, which is a kind of a neat thing. So I think you're going to see the aftermarket jump all over this car like they have done at SEMA already. Superchargers and suspension and wheels and tires.
Well, it's a good jumping off platform. It's even, as you look to the rear quarter, if you look from here, it's got some Camaro in it from standing where I'm standing and looking down the pike. Yeah. It's definitely got that a little bit of that aggressive Camaro look to it. But I'm not a Mustang guy, but for 35 grand, this is a ton of car.
Yeah.
And they got this sort of double bubble Zagato gurney thing going on top there. They've smoothed everything out, all the stupid stuff they've had, and they've just sort of clung on to over the years. They seem to have finally just went like, let go of the fake scoops and the screw-on antenna and everything. And the thing looks nice.
Now, you can get the Performance Pack, and the Performance Pack includes 19-inch wheels, big Brembo calipers, and 15-inch diameter rims. This doesn't have the Performance Pack on it, but you can get that stuff, and it adds a couple grand to the price, but it really steps up its game. But the Recaros are great. The Recaro seats are awesome.
High bolsters, 6-speed.
Yeah, and I think the Recaros are like a $1,600 option, and I don't think you can buy Recaro seats in the aftermarket for $1,600 a pair.
Right.
So if you really dig the Recaros, then get into it from here.
Serious bolsters. Oh, why don't you fire it up?
Okay.
See what it sounds like. Sounds good.
The new interior is impressive.
Yeah, it's just they done all the things they should have done all along. By the way, that stick shift on the gear shift is about 4.5 inches long. I mean, that is a short throw.
And the clutch, it's like butter. It's nice. It's great. And then, I think I would probably jump right on the aftermarket exhaust and make that thing a little bit more muscle car-ish, but.
Also, 5 liters, 430 horsepower, and I'm just standing behind it with the door shut. I can't even smell anything.
Now,
if you want to kill yourself in this,
it's going to take a while.
Drive it off a cliff. Do not stay in the garage.
Don't put it in the garage.
You'll die of old age before you die of asphyxiation. Well, nice. 2015?
2015. You can get the 6-cylinder, the EcoBoost 4, or the V8. And
the 6, no turbo. The 4, yes turbo.
Yeah, the 6 is like a rental car, fleet car,
Right.
And then the Turbo 4 is 300 horsepower, I think, 305, something like that.
They'll probably be doing some mapping and some chips and some fun stuff for that car.
Once the turbos, because you can really boost the hell out of those things. And this car, as it sits with the V8, is like 0 to 60 in about 4.5 seconds. I think it runs like 13-second flats in the quarter mile, which is, by the way, back when I had my 93 Cobra, I ran like 15-second quarter mile times from the factory. To go from 15 to 13 required superchargers and cams and all kinds of stuff. Now they just do it all day long.
Well, nice. So that's about it. If you want to see pictures of the car or you want to hear our podcast, which comes out every Saturday, go to carcastshow.com. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Matt the Motorator DeAndrea saying, keep the air in the spare and the bag in the wheel.